What's up, everybody? Another week, another week. Welcome back to West Coast POPCast. It's your boys. We're here. We're back. A lot of wrestling to talk about. So much stuff has happened this last week, man. It feels like it's been an eternity since we last talked to you guys. But we're going to get into it. You know what the deal is, the weekly recap. We talk a whole lot of wrestling here from all different companies, pro wrestling. We got the indies, we got the majors, we got everything going. But in case you're new to the channel, definitely hit that like and subscribe button. We've been doing a lot of big things, man. We're getting close to 800, so definitely help us out there. And of course, again, if you're new to the channel, let's introduce the panel. We have Eric, who's still searching for a name. Put in the comments what his new moniker should be. He was the provider. He was the Infinity Champion, but he's been stripped of all his titles. Let's find a name for Eric, man. How you doing this week?
Honestly, I'll tell you, we've had some hot ass weather, but when you don't have a name, it feels cold. The world feels cold. That's how I feel.
Oh man, this is the leader of the Justice League, man. Who just get the man a name.
How can you lead without a name?
And that being said, we have another member of the podcast. Once again, the main man, Zach. How you doing?
See why in 2022 I should give fuck all about someone's moniker when he won't take advice from an older panel member. This is Penguins. What the fuck are you doing? Pittsburgh Penguins.
Get Zach a muffin. Oh man, well that's a heck of an intro, man. Zach bringing the toxicity to the podcast this week. But let's get into it with the weekly recap of Monday Night Raw. Zach, I'll throw it to you again, man. What's going on over in those lands?
Not a bad Raw, just in the Triple H Raw era. This was probably on the lower side of it. Edge got turned into a real man by Rhea Ripley.
Yeah.
Funny stuff. You can just find the memes online. I love Eric. You thought this was the funniest thing of the night. You loved it.
Yeah, Eric is sold, man.
Yeah, apparently there's going to be a name change. He's going from Dom to Sub.
Oh, no. No way.
I fucking love the storyline. We all saw it going this way. Rhea foreshadowed it on Instagram if you follow her, and I love it. I absolutely love this.
Yeah, I mean, it all happened so organically, man. It was natural. People bought into it. She's been playing it up on the internet, like Eric said. It's good stuff. It's the best thing to happen to Judgment Day. So, because they were kind of fading off.
Under Vince's regime, I hated this story so much. I was done with Judgment Day. This was like the main story of this episode. I was like, "Yep, I'm here for it. Let's go for it."
And yeah, good stuff there. Great stuff from Rhea. She should be the leader. Just make her the leader. Be all for it. We had the return of Wardlow to Monday Night. I mean, Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman returns to Monday Night Raw. Or at least he thinks. I don't know if he thinks it's Wardlow now or whatever's going on here. But are you guys happy to see the monster among men?
No, me and Tony are not happy.
He will not take this shit.
So at first I actually wasn't happy, but when you think about it, even though Braun is an wrestler, he can make moments happen. Like he's had a lot of moments in WWE.
Yeah, for sure.
So I don't know. Maybe I don't know if you can be good at making moments or if anybody can just do that. But at the very least, Braun can make moments.
Yeah, we'll see. How long do you guys think it takes before we get him versus Omos?
I think Omos gets fired.
Yeah, not enough room for the two giants.
Yeah, I think you're right, Eric, because I think Triple H is going to have to prove to Nick Khan that he is aware of budgets as well, not just bringing guys back.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, so that should be interesting. And then I think the next best storyline going on Monday Night Raw. How do you guys feel about Dexter Lumis at the Biz, man? This guy haunted him in the cage match under the ring and eventually kidnapped him once again.
God. Okay, Triple H is underrated in how he uses his camera angles. That was absolutely fun seeing Lumis straight down under the cage. Props to them for that. That was a fun moment.
They would really want to go all in with this. They should do a more updated. They should edit Ms. and Mrs. faster and do a tie-in with that. Then I'll be all for it.
That'd be hilarious.
I want Triple H to walk into the set of Miz and Mrs. Like, all right, this is how we're doing it this episode. Next to get in here.
We're gonna swap out one of these kids too.
Yeah. Great stuff from Dexter Lumis, man. He's been killing it. Sami Zayn's been killing it like usual. KO fought Austin Theory. He got his name back, which Kevin Owens pointed out. Good stuff there, but a decent Raw.
Yeah.
With some good stuff sprinkled in.
This might be like the lowest Raw Triple H has done, but it's still much better than any Raw that Vince has done in the past.
Yeah. We don't feel like we're taking bullets here trying to watch the show.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, with that being Monday Night Raw, let's go down to the land of NXT 2.0, who's reaching their first year milestone coming up. I got to tell you, the highlight of this by far for me was Roxanne, formerly Roxy, versus Meiko Satomura. Just good. Instant chemistry. Put these guys on a takeover, put them in a trilogy. Instant chemistry, great stuff from these people. Great wrestling.
It's very much so like how you see where old school people like Jericho and all those other ones would go around to different countries to learn wrestling. Like you see that in those two who have been around with respect in the ring. I think that's where the chemistry came from. So it's yeah, that was a great match. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, really cool stuff, man. Mako can still go, so I hope she stays for a little bit and gets a nice NXT American run. Trick Williams took on Ricochet, so it looks like Ricochet staying a lot for a little bit, continuing this feud. They can have him go for another match. I would for sure love to see Ricochet versus Carmelo Hayes once again. Anything else from NXT 2.0 stand out to you guys?
Nathan Frazier, is that a kid?
No, that was what was his name? He's Seth Rollins' protege. He was in AEW for a little bit. I forget his actual name now, but
well, Nathan Frazier versus Axiom was really good. I enjoyed it.
Nice.
And the last thing, Damon Kemp. It was him all along. Freeman.
Oh gosh,
I forgot his name. He's so boring. Roderick Strong. Freeman Roderick Strong in Diamond Mine. Now he's out of Diamond Mine. He actually sold me in this vignette that he did, so I'm excited for him to get elevated.
Yeah, we need it, man. Need some change up there because it's been a little stale for a little bit for me. Yeah, that's 2.0. A lot of great stuff going on there. Nathan Frazier, probably the fastest guy to run the ropes. Actually, Seth Rollins at his training thing, he has a thing where it is who can run the ropes the fastest. Nathan Frazier has the record. Yes, I only know this because Seth Rollins challenged him to beat the record, so he's going to go for it at his training facility.
Okay. I'll give props to Seth. Like growing up, looking up wrestling schools, I would see so many schools be like, you're gonna go to school with like a big name star. They're hardly gonna be there because they're out wrestling. Seth is top of WWE right now and still personally training people. That's crazy to me.
Yeah, Seth's that guy. Very underrated, shockingly, to be one of the best in the world and still not get the full credit.
Yeah.
But I was about to skip over AEW, but I can't skip over the dynamite that is the biggest explosion happened in AEW history last week. But can you call it a CM Punk pipe bomb? What do we call it? This CM Punk drama?
Pipe burst.
Pipe burst. Oh man, the promo that relinquished 4 different champions. You had the 3 trios belts. You had the world champion, all suspended. Kenny just came back. We're leading into Dynamite with morale probably shot for the entire company. But we start off with MJF and Jon Moxley. How do you guys feel about Jon Moxley's promo?
So that promo is another reason why I don't think CM Punk. Okay, it's kind of tough to say CM Punk should have won it all out because it's Chicago, and if Punk doesn't win Chicago, then we're gonna have a bad night. But I don't know. That promo to me, I feel like Moxley should have dropped the title. I believe him as champion more than.
I agree.
Also, I hope he gets to go on vacation soon.
Right?
Yeah.
So that right there is the reason I was really like disappointed with this episode of Dynamite, because it shows Tony's lack of his roster. So he has Jericho and Moxley come back. And Moxley, I like the speech a lot, just reminded me of like the speeches Vince wanted people to give during Survivor Series time. But I know this was real and I liked it. So but it you have a returning MJF, rely on him. Where the fuck was Britt Baker and Jade Cargill during this? Two of your biggest stars on the microphone who can just do whatever they want and like sell it. Having them come back and do this and starting this tournament this week, which I know you have to because you got your big show coming up in 2 weeks, but it just showed that Tony Khan doesn't really. It shows like a lot of things that people say about AEW in the locker room are true about Tony Khan. And again, when you make the trios match just to try to get it out of the way, I guess you can sell the show with it, but this should have been the end of the pay-per-view, your AEW belts and not your ROH belts. Your ROH titles should have been done beforehand. I know the hometown crowd and all that, but I totally disagree with the booking.
Yeah, that's where I'm a little torn because I think putting Daniel Garcia and Yuta in that main event spot in his hometown is a good way to make him like be that bigger, give him that spotlight. But what you just said about put your AEW titles at the main event, I get that too because it's another Ring of Honor belt. So I'm torn there. And also like how I feel with booking. This is the Dynamite after All Out. There's so much stuff on the internet. You were going to hit 1 million views regardless, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. You could have had a Brit out there. You could have had a Jade. Got someone the spotlight that Ricky Starks. I mean, maybe not Ricky Starks. He just lost. I can understand that. Where was Powerhouse Hobbs?
Rampage.
Why is in a quick segment? He should have been in the tournament, not Sammy Guevara. Just a huge another big booking move that I disagreed with.
Yeah, that made no sense, especially because I
don't came off a big win at All Out.
Exactly, and I don't believe Sammy. Like I like Sammy. He can wrestle. I mean, but you really gotta. There's a lot to unpack. You really gotta course correct Sammy because he's hitting these crazy moves to no applause. He's getting no reaction. So it's good if you get the heel reaction, get the boos, but this isn't working right now. You gotta bring him back in and start fresh because he's a great wrestler. He's really good, but it's not working right now.
Yeah, I mean he was over. He was like genuinely over.
He was
face until
beginning of the year. He was hot.
Yeah, when he was away from Jericho, and then bring him back, and it just doesn't work.
That's true too. He should have moved on. You shouldn't throw him back with Jericho. That doesn't make any sense.
Right.
And there's too many guys in that faction. You didn't need Sammy in there. And since you're talking on Sammy, this brings us to my next point. I wanted to bring up was Cody. I mean, Cody gave Sammy the best moment of his career to put him in that spotlight. He gave him the first of all the first match in Dynamite, and then on his last match he put Sammy over for a TNT belt. When John was giving that promo, I thought about was damn. This is the Cody Rhodes promo of rally the troops. This is Cody's spot. This is what he meant to AEW to bring people together. And I truly believe backstage he's sorely missed.
Yeah. I mean, if we'll get the news and rumors, we'll talk about drama and people who might be sending out feelers to WWE. But yeah, Tony Khan needs to get his ship in order. If he loses a core amount of people, that's going to be a huge hit.
It will be, man. I mean, you can't have all elite without the elite. Let's just think about that.
That would be crazy.
Yeah. Anything else from Dynamite? Because I thought it was to come together after all this drama. I thought it was a good show. I just hate the fact that we actually might miss out on the elite Kenny Omega at the Arthur Ashe Stadium show. That would really suck, especially after Omega Danielson last year. Man.
So actually, there's a couple things I want to bring up from this episode. First of all, hello Noob and Co. Thank you for joining. Hello Tilla, how y'all doing today? So you guys know I like to call it down the middle. I like to, if I see something, I gotta raise the alarm. I'm gonna have to raise the fickle alarm on two groups today. First off, you fans are fickle. AEW, yeah, it's becoming a mess, but I'm seeing so many people. You're jumping back to WWE. They abused you for so long, and now you're running back. Fickle.
TNA Impact Wrestling's right there.
Disgusting. Fickle knock. Second person that needs to get called out is in this panel right here. One of us has been very fickle. Knock, you got any explaining to do?
One of you guys. Me. I've been waving the TNA flag for years.
That's true. It's not Knock. You know who the fickle person is? It's
Oh,
me.
no.
It's me, baby. Because I've been saying I hated the Acclaimed and Billy Gunn, but you know what? I've got to say it. Scissor me, daddy ass. Scissor me. I'm a fan. Somebody scissor me.
Oh, man. They've turned Eric to the side.
They got me after that match. After
the backside.
I'm a fan. I'm a believer. I love it.
That's hilarious, man. I mean, the crowd is obsessed with them. They're as over as you can get. Who would have thought like this heel team in the beginning would be one of the biggest baby faces?
Oh man. I mean, at first I thought they can't be as over during that match, but after watching it, I kind of get it.
Yeah, I do, man. Like, and you see the way that usually I hate when they do all these crowd shots because it cuts away from the people too many cuts. But for the Acclaimed entrance, it actually works because it's great and it's like keeps the continuity. So good job, the AW crew.
Hey, got some scissors.
Quit it in the chats. Quit it.
Yes, we're flopping and scissoring all day long, baby.
Oh man.
Yeah, let me give you my safety scissors.
There goes our monetization. But yeah, Toni Storm has a great match with Penelope Ford. Can we please get Penelope Ford on TV more? She's great. Just threw her in the title eliminator match, but she still shines. Shout out Toni Storm, Penelope Ford. Death Triangle become trios champions in the opener, I believe it was. Pac, they call him Tupac on Twitter. He's the first double champion in AEW history. So great stuff there. Like you already said, the Swerve and Our Glory stuff. Swerve came out and interrupted Max Caster's rap. You don't do that. So he got booed out the stadium.
That was hard to watch. I mean, yeah, it was like he loved it. But it was like hard to watch because you know that they wanted him to be the face of that.
Yeah, because that's why whatchamacallit wasn't out there with him. Keith Lee, which is plants a little more seeds for a potential split. Yeah, or scissor the tag team. Last thing I want to talk about is Stokely Hathaway and his group. What do you guys think? They weren't with MJF. They just came out by themselves.
Right.
I don't know if they're with them or
waste of a segment.
Yeah. I almost want to say, why were they in the Casino Battle Royal? Why couldn't MJF just done that solo if you weren't going to connect them?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. I love Stokely Hathaway. He can do whatever he wants. He's hilarious. The way he plays into his character. He says he's the best ladder match competitor in history, king of ladder matches. Just great stuff from him, man. He's going to get his comeuppance soon, and it's just building up so well. So it's good to finally see Ethan Page. I don't know where he's been this past. And now we have another monster in Morrissey. So
yeah, but now like where's Scorpio Sky now?
Yeah, where's Scorpio Sky? Where's Dan Lambert? What are we doing with the Paige Van Zant stuff? There's a lot of missing plots.
Yeah, I'm good without Dan. I know fans were starting to like him. I'm okay.
You can tell he was a fan. I appreciated him. But that's AEW Dynamite. I hope you guys. You got it.
So MJF came back with that the promo. So he kind of feels like Wardlow felt now because of all the Punk stuff that happened with his big comeback and his big night and his big moment. So then he comes back and does this fake out, and then Moxley comes out and he turns back into MJF. In my mind, after all this, after these months of him being missing, after this supposed big time huge storytelling that they were building up to, MJF, and this isn't a terrible thing, he came back to the same level that he left at. He was supposed to come back and just be like this huge like deal. He came back and is now on the same level that he was at. So it's very odd that it's again, we'll talk about it later in the show. We're going to talk about fan service, but it just felt more like fan service or just like a solution to the Punk problem and all this other stuff. So
I was going to say, do you think the CM Punk thing kind of hurt his return? Because no one was talking about it once the CM Punk thing happened in the media.
I mean, it definitely overshadowed at some point. I agree with Zach. Seeing that promo, I didn't feel like this was like a new level for MJF. It felt like the same old stuff. I kind of liked seeing him be a fake face for like 2 minutes, so they should look at it later. But yeah, after that, it just went back to cheap heat and same MJF. He's not even going for the title right away. So
Wouldn't that have been a better thing to do? Is just have like him cash in Monday night and not have the tournament? Oh, well, I'm going to cash this in. Oh, wait, there's no one to face. What a perfect MJF move. And then he just becomes your champ. And then you have Moxley stay on vacation. You have your AEW original people and some other people get focused on during the show. And you don't like address the issue without addressing the issue.
right.
Yeah. There's certain avenues they could have went. We'll talk about it later for sure, how we think that might play out. But I'm afraid for Dynamite, man. The future is looking not as bright as it used to. But the one company that you cannot kill, that's been here for 20 plus years, Dattila, it's your time. It's that time of the West Coast Pop for the greatest company in all of pro wrestling. The company that doesn't need to pay you because you should be happy to work for them. It's an honor to work for them, Honor. Eric.
It's communism.
Impact Wrestling is here. It's the last rodeo for Mickie James. She has her match. Mickie DDT, Spike DDT for the victory. She's been calling out Sasha Banks on Twitter, like not like a real call out, but they've been going back and forth and how much they appreciate each other, how much they like each other. Maybe we get that match eventually. Who knows? If they did a one-off for Sasha that give Mickie her last match in Impact, I'd be so happy.
Yeah. If,
That's WrestleMania.
or WrestleMania, wherever you want to do. Mickie does the Royal Rumble one more time, like something. Give her. She should go out the way she should, man. She should have a great retirement. This is absurd. So shout out to legend Mickie James.
Yeah, hopefully Impact can find some change and they can pay.
Hey, The Rock was on Impact Wrestling. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson made an appearance. Okay.
So, listen, let me tell you something, Nog. When you do charity events, when you do something for charity, you can write that off on your taxes.
Oh man, all I know is Rock was never at AEW. That's all I'm gonna say here.
Watch this.
From Dwayne "The Rock" to Chris Rock, all the Rocks were in TNA Impact Wrestling. Okay. Speaking of that, Aussie Open, New Japan Strong Tag Team Champions, members of United Empire, had their debut match in Impact Wrestling against the Bullet Club. They pick up the victory, pinning Chris Bay. I want to see some more from Chris Bay, man. I thought he's been held back a little bit, but great match from the two tag teams. Taya Valkyrie was in action against Chelsea Green. Another solid match, man. Way to represent your women's division, the best women's division in all of pro wrestling. More than one match on the main card. So yeah, good episode from Impact. We're leading to Bound for Glory. We got Masha Slamovich versus versus Jordan Grace at Bound for Glory, building new stars. It's just lovely to see, man, what Impact Wrestling is doing. I don't know if you guys caught it, but you should definitely check out Bound for Glory coming in a few weeks, which I think is in New York. I believe it's in Buffalo or somewhere up there. Don't quote me on that.
I'm just curious. If a match happens and nobody watches the show, did it ever happen?
You know, I had a clever comeback for this, but I'm gonna let it slide this one time. Oh man. What's happened here? Oh yeah, Dattila says AJ Styles and Johnny Gargano also appeared via video messages, and it's in Albany, New York this time. So bring Bound for Glory to New York, but I'm not there. Great, appreciate it. But yeah, AJ Styles made his return this year to TNA Impact Wrestling. Gargano made his return before any other wrestling company, by the way.
So this man was not signed to WWE at all. He was perfectly fine to go there, but he said, "Let me just record this quick little video." This was in pandemic times. He wasn't worried about being dirty. Actually, he was worried about being dirty by going to Impact.
Listen, he had to be with his kid, man. Come on, not everyone can travel like that. Dattila says, "Are we going to Sin City Showdown taping here? Is it here in LA? If it is, for sure. We got another WoW
Sin
taping
City is
coming up that
Vegas.
we're going to. Never mind. I don't know. I was thinking like Sun Valley or some shit, but it's hot over here. I know you know Dattila. It's very hot. We're boiling over here. But Sin City, I wouldn't mind. I haven't been in Vegas in 2 years, so you might look into it. October 21st, 22nd. We might be able to plan that. We might take a West Coast POPCast tour to Vegas. Last time I drove to Vegas was for Double or Nothing 2019, and I made a mistake driving same day. I should have drove the day before. But Vegas isn't a bad drive. That's Impact Wrestling. Definitely check out Bound for Glory coming up in a few weeks. On to
just go to your local library. That works.
Hey, they be putting it in the movie theater sometimes. You can go watch Impact Wrestling in the movie theaters if you want. Watch the pay-per-view, stream it.
It's those adult only ones with the sticky floors.
Oh man, that's not true at all. But Friday Night SmackDown is here. What happened on Friday Night SmackDown, guys?
We open up with the Brawling Brutes versus Imperium. I never thought we'd see Imperium like on the main roster.
Neither did I.
That entrance worked. You can change the music, whatever. Great match from everyone. That was they have to run Sheamus and do it to one more time.
They do, and I think Sheamus might win. We're talking about the Acclaim being over with the crowd. Sheamus, this is the most over he's been in his entire career. If they want to make him champion now, it would have been the perfect time, as opposed when they try to rush it on him when he first got here.
Honestly, and you know what? I'll just say this: I've seen some crazy things in professional wrestling. I've heard plastic wrap. I've seen a football snap, but I never thought I would see Sheamus have a 5-star match.
Yeah, did not see that coming either, man. Just to think, a few years ago when he was with the Bar, he thought he was on his way out, like he'd be finishing up with a few years because of injury.
Right.
Now he's on the run of his life.
Honestly.
What do you think of SmackDown, Zach?
Yep, to it, man. Loved it.
Yeah, we have the debut of Solo Sikoa. I've said it on the show before. I wrestled this guy his first day, my first day at Rikishi's gym. That was in like the Sun Valley area. Heavy hitter. Samoans are very heavy-handed. Let the paw print on my shoulder for weeks. But good to see him finally make his debut. I've been calling it for years. The Usos have one more brother, and he finally made his debut. He's in the bloodline. Drew McIntyre. It was a DQ finish. Good way to protect both. Have them both debut. We got Sami Zayn, man, still trying to stay in the group. He's getting inched out. What do you guys think? Where is this going?
Yeet.
What was that? It's a heat.
Yeah, we lost Zach there. But do you think we get Sami versus Solo for loser leaves the bloodline match? Is that coming up?
I thought it was gonna be what's his name? Is it Jay? Is Jay the one?
Oh, Jay's the one that doesn't like him.
Yeah.
Him and Jimmy have the handshake together.
I mean, at some point they're gonna kick Sami out. And it's gonna be like the humorous, like you really thought you were one of us moment. But I think they're gonna get some more mileage out of him for now.
Man, so you got Sami trying to be with the bloodline. You got Sami trying to maintain his friendship with Kevin. I got a good middle ground. Instead of calling himself Sami Zayn, he should just call himself Sam Owens. Come on, let it hit. Let it hit. Sam Owens.
That's actually a good one. That's really clever.
I can't take credit for that one, though. I can't take credit for that. I wish I could, but I can't. But I thought it was hilarious. I saw it on Twitter a few days ago.
I do like that. Yeah, I hope they keep Sami for a little bit because I watch it. It was only his first night, so I'm not knocking Solo, but he forgot his line a couple times.
Yeah.
So let Sami stay in there to help absorb some of the TV time until Solo's like steady on his feet.
Yeah, I mean, I agree, and I don't think the Sami Zayn storyline was to last as long. I think it just caught fire and it just said, "Let's ride the wave." So just keep riding the wave. There's no reason to rush.
Yeah, have fun with it, especially since Roman's probably gonna be champion at least until WrestleMania. So
yeah, and he's not gonna be making every single Friday like he was on this episode. So definitely keep this going.
I'll say KO versus Roman at Crown Jewel, and then after that, Sami and KO team up. And
I forgot about that
that
pay-per-view.
yeah.
Wardlow.
Kevin Owens doesn't go there, does he?
No, Sami Zayn doesn't go there.
Oh, Sami, okay.
Oh yeah. So that's probably why they wouldn't have Sami go over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wardlow again on SmackDown with the power bombs to Alpha Academy. Great stuff there. I mean, I guess. I think that was it. Oh, Ronda runs through the entire women's division and gets the number one contender title opportunity at Extreme Rules against Liv Morgan. So Extreme Rules is happening early October. Is Crown Jewel like in the end of October? Are they doubling up on pay-per-views? Or when's that one supposed to happen?
I think it's November.
November? All right. That's going to be a lot to build for. Yeah, solid SmackDown. It was cool stuff here. Anything else you guys want to talk about here?
I don't think so.
No, that was about it.
Yeah.
I think that was it. Then the last episode of the show, last episode of the week, AEW Rampage. I'll be honest, man. I haven't really been getting into AEW Rampage lately. It's been hard to stick up with it. Like it's a 1 hour show. You hardly get like sometimes when it's women's matches you don't get them. It's like a squash match or it's like a mixed tag match that they count for the women's quota, which is ridiculous. So, and not just that, like I don't know, it's kind of been a lot of throwaway matches. I don't feel like TK is really trying. This episode did seem like it was actually booked like a lot better. You have Dax versus Claudio in the main event. Darby versus Sammy looked pretty cool, but what'd you guys think of Rampage? I flip-flopped or what?
No, they should have switched those damn matches again. The ROH show should have, or the ROH belt should have opened this, and your title tournament match for your company's belt that TK's crying on next to me over here should have been the main event, the bigger deal of your 1 hour show. And we got the exact same women's match that we got a month ago, and I think almost the exact same ending. So,
yeah, Datilla, I said Wardlow because Braun Strowman is trying to take all his power bombs. You don't do the power bomb symphony. That is Wardlow, War Dog. Or the women like to call him War Daddy. I don't agree, but hey, that's what they call him on Twitter. But that's Wardlow's move.
Strowman.
Get out of here with that. But yeah, I agree. Like I'll admit on Rampage, usually when it was in its prime, which is the crazy to say it's not in its prime anymore. Last year they had like the main event match kind of open the show. So I'll give them a little bit of leeway with that, but still, like you got to spotlight your title. Your matches, like I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah. Also, that's Jericho on commentary.
Oh, yeah. So if you don't watch the stream, this is the second week now. I'll bring this up that I did on Rampage. Second week in a row, he's on commentary. He canceled his tour for 2 weeks because of a throat injury, and he wanted to rest his voice. Apparently, it's fucking fine in the last 2 weeks. He can yap all fucking night.
Yeah, that's a good point.
The only thing, the one thing that confuses me about Jericho on commentary is I don't know where his wife was on January 6th.
Oh gosh.
If you had a sign, I'm sure it'd be gone by this time in the broadcast.
Oh man.
Yeah. A Greyhound that far? Oh man, those are sketchy.
Yeah, that's rough.
Sheesh. Yeah, that's AEW Rampage. That's the week in wrestling. Let us know if you missed anything. Let us know about some indies. We got WoW Women of Superheroes coming up this week, the 17th. Just see if you see me and Eric in the crowd, man. You might see us. Definitely check it out.
17th on your CBS affiliates. So
yes,
it's the 17th on CBS affiliates.
Yeah, support women's wrestling. Yeah, it was very cool to talk. I guess we can get into that real quick before we get to news and rumors. Eric, we worked a WoW show. We actually got paid. Without giving away spoilers, without breaking any NDAs. Not that we signed any, but what do you think? What's your experience?
So, this is the second company. I guess technically third if you count United Wrestling Network that we've done, and I've just gotta say, you know what? It is two companies we worked for because Impact don't count. It's some cold ass pizza on the floor. I'm pretty sure I saw a rat crawling over it. But wow, I walked in. First of all, folks, I go in there and I told them I'm there to work. They gave me some bubbly water. They gave me a nice shiatsu massage. Everything was perfect.
They did have masseuses there.
This is a real company. Beautiful. Meanwhile, Impact just over here. I'm pretty sure I saw someone get a splinter, and they said the cure, the way that Impact fixed it, they just gave him a second splinter, and they said that one hurts more, so you don't feel the first one. This is how a real wrestling company works, folks.
Did you do any heavy lifting this time with WoW, or is it just any heavy lifting? Any setting up the ring?
You know what? They asked me to set up the ring, and then this guy ran up to me and said, "No, I've got it," and he carried me as I set up the ring.
Yeah. This is a WoW segment, not bashing Impact segment, but they did have real masseuses there. I did feel like it was really crazy to be back in the locker room and like they were going over some matches there. It's really cool to get that vibe again. We haven't been around the wrestling backstage in a while. Definitely good to help out. I'll be glad to do it again. AJ Lee was there on commentary. You have a lot of great superstars that came from WoW. The only thing right now is they have a lot of injuries, so they had to push back a few matches. So they're trying to get a lot of new talent to come up, which makes sense. And a lot of them did step up. So definitely check out, man. I think they definitely improved their production. Me and Eric went there before the pandemic, and it was just like a very long show because they wanted to get certain things right for TV. This one seemed a lot more smooth. It was quicker. Really enjoyed it. Enjoyed some of the matches. So definitely check it out.
Yeah. I mean, I know you did all 3 days, but the one day that I went, 14 matches flew by.
Yeah, 14 matches. They do about like 4 episodes a taping. So good stuff there. Definitely check it out. I really enjoyed it. We'll be back hopefully in a few weeks.
Would you
on to news and rumors.
real quick, would you ever would you pay to go see a WoW show? Like if they decided, okay, we're done paying people now. We're ready to just
if it was like a legit, like just straight up show, not like with all the TV production having like, hey, we gotta get you to do this. It is a little controlled environment sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would pay. I'd pay a little bit there. The tickets aren't too expensive because some people do pay to go there.
Right.
I think I'd do it.
Sorry, I'm cutting you off. This is the last thing.
You good?
You're
good.
So the entire pandemic, my biggest problem with wrestling was how WWE kept controlling the crowd noises. It was edited and all that, and the irony is not lost on me that was my job there. We had to manipulate the crowd.
That is funny. I guess it's a little better that way when it's you manipulating them and it's real life voices as opposed to like piping it in.
Right.
Scripted show, I'll take it.
Yeah. But yeah, WoW was good. Definitely check it out. On to new hey, they paid better than Impact.
Damn straight.
On to news and rumors. Of course, I got a few things here. Everyone knows the Japanese sensation Konosuke Takeshita has been sweeping the nation and taking over. He's a phenomenon. But did you know his mother, with the Rainmaker clothesline, is now champion in a Japanese promotion?
His
mother, Kaiko Takeshita, is the new champion in DDT Pro. She hit one of the craziest Rainmakers in one of the biggest squash matches in the company's history and became world champion. Not world champion, but a title. It's a funny clip on the internet. So definitely check it out if you guys have time. His mom does not wrestle, but I mean, she looks like she's good. The clothesline she hit was legit. So yeah, check that out. What else happened here? Britt Baker attended the Cobra Kai season premiere. So they had the Cobra Kai crossover. You had Judas and Cobra Kai. A lot of stuff there. It'd be cool to see Britt branch out and actually be on a show if she has the time between dentists and wrestling. They gotta capitalize on some of these crossover opportunities.
I'm surprised she actually wasn't on the show because I mean, and I wish I knew the guy's name. I should know, but the guy who plays John Cleese, they're close.
Yeah,
she could be in season 6 because they're starting to ramp that up already. So her being at the premiere could be a good sign of that.
Okay. The Shield's 10-year anniversary is coming up in November, and we have all 3 men representing their respective brands. Seth with Raw, Roman SmackDown, John with AEW. Are they the greatest faction in wrestling history?
No.
The most influential?
No.
Of the past 10 years?
No.
Okay. Okay. But it's still great.
Yeah.
Whatever WWE tells you now.
Usually Eric's the WWE guy, but okay. The John Cena fan.
Damn straight. Bring him back. He's the greatest faction in the past 10 years.
Jeez. Him and Nexus?
That damn straight. Everyone forgot when he carried Nexus to greatness.
Oh, gosh.
Broke him down, and they couldn't handle the pressure, so they broke down themselves.
The last 2 things I got here, I'm sure I'm missing some things. The Mall of America had their first show in like 30 years. We've seen Victoria make a return here. I think Colt Cabana was there too. He's been in the spotlight for the wrong reasons. But Victoria made
fuck all to do where Colt Cabana shows up now. All right.
Or Scott, Scott shares a bank account with his mom, or however that goes. Sheesh.
Right.
It's an email.
Yeah, not a good look. But Victoria Tara, what you want to call her, put her in WWE Hall of Fame. She had a appearance here. She hit Billy Starks with the Widow's Peak. Still hits it like to perfection. Like she didn't miss a beat. So put her in the Hall of Fame already, WWE. Let's get that together.
Speaking of the Hall of Fame, Ken Shamrock thinks he should be in the Hall of Fame right now. He wants it.
You got a whole lot of random people in there. I think you can get him a spot.
He worked. The only reason he didn't work is because of bad booking. I think Vince wanted the UFC fighter in him, but didn't want to use the UFC fighter in him in a stronger way. So I'm fine with that. He sold.
Yeah.
Nice. And you know what? That's how you get into the Hall of Fame, folks. Remember to write this down. Before you can buy, what you gotta do, you have to sell.
Oh.
Right. Thank you, Zach, for teaching the masses.
Nonsense. You guys got any more news rumors?
I do want to touch on, it's kind of old, but what's his name? Matt Riddle. Mr. Matt Riddle. Those of you who haven't been following, his ex-girlfriend came out. I think if you go on her Twitter, stuff is still there. But basically all night, she was just almost doing the Ask Me Anything about Matt Riddle's relationship with her. Some very revealing stuff going in there. If you read these texts, you will not look at Matt Riddle the same way. But I don't know. It could be kind of damaging because it is abusive if you take her side of the story. So we'll see what happens. We'll see if anything comes out of this. But it's a lot of dirty laundry came out on Matt Riddle past week.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I do not think he was on Raw this week.
I don't think so either. I don't remember seeing him. And his reactions from the crowd is not as favorable as they were before.
Right. He and the ex that posted all this, for some reason she tagged Alexa Bliss, she tagged Dewdrop, she tagged Stephanie, Triple H, and somebody, and WWE just general.
Yeah.
But so she's purposely trying to get this out there. So we'll see what happens with Riddle. We'll see if they just blow past this because this isn't the first time.
Mm-hmm. Zach, you got anything else?
I do. So on Rampage, we had the exclusive. We got the new cover because CM Punk, with all the shenanigans, is now being taken off the cover of Revolution. I'm going to send it to Eric right now. He did not see it. Those who watch Rampage saw it. Eric, now you can see it too. The new cover of the AEW
well, Zach
video
pulls
game.
that up. Check out Zach's Friday Night Rampage streams every Friday, 7 p.m. West Coast, 10 p.m. East Coast time.
That's gonna sell. For those of you who can't see it, it's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. I've seen rainbows. I've dreamt of unicorns, but I've got my boy Slim J on the cover. I'm buying it because guess what? It was sold.
Man, if you think that's gonna sell, I got a bag of air I can tell you over
here. Prime Time took the championship this Friday night. The other thing I want to bring up too, very, very cool thing. You can find the pictures online. Naomi and Sasha Banks debuted as models in New York Fashion Week on Friday, so it's a big deal for them.
They had a big week, and they haven't been on WWE programming. So they did the models. I think they did a few days. There's a few different shows. And they have everyone on the internet wanting to become a personal stretch coach.
What? What?
Yes, check it out, man. Everyone on the internet now wants to become a stretch coach. Check out the.
I don't understand the internet sometimes. But,
yep. They went to a stretching class, and everyone wants to do it.
Oh, okay.
The last thing I have is. Upcoming season of Wildin' Out. The Street Profits and Bianca Belair just filmed an episode.
I saw that.
So they will be on there, and I hope they do more than Sasha Banks did on her episode, where she barely did anything. So we'll see.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm curious how much they're gonna cut. Like I went there one time a while ago, and they did so much. And like, if they cut it down to a 30-minute episode, there was at least an hour of content.
Okay. There was something I was going to say, man. God. I'll get back to it.
Let's see. Yeah, prime time in the chat came trivia champion Noob and Co. I'm not going to watch AW because it's going to get worse since the media scrum incident. I don't think it can get any worse. I think that the only way it'll get worse is if the CM Punk Elite fallout doesn't mend itself, and if anything comes up with their TV deal. But for the time being, like they have a talented roster. They're gonna have some good matches.
I mean, it's so weird with Tony. Like one
He
problem,
has to steer the ship.
right.
He's the man up and steer the ship.
And also like one problem with Vince's WWE is he had all this talent, but he wasn't pushing them very well. And Tony is almost guilty of that because
He's very guilty of it.
he's very guilty. Because I mean, so many people would say like, "Oh, we need Kenny Omega back." I'm also like, "Well, you've got Adam Cole, you've got Keith Lee, you have all these talents, you have Jay Lethal. You really shouldn't need to rely on so few people. You have a whole bunch of talent."
Yeah,
I don't
I don't know.
Dynamite episode.
Say again.
That's why I didn't like this Dynamite episode. You bring a man back from his vacation
Right.
when you have all these other people that can do the job.
And
Yeah,
honestly, this whole tournament, because I mean, I think MJF takes it off whoever wins it anyway. Why not just have this tournament be people who haven't won the championship yet? Just fuck it. New people, someone can get a championship reign out of it, and then they lose it to MJF. Or at least they won a tournament to make up the title.
Yeah, Hobbs not being in this makes me give fuck all about this tournament.
mm-hmm. Yeah. I know it was rushed, but you still could have made a little more sense. Like Hobbs is right there. You could do something a little different. And like, I think you just said Jay Lethal's name. Just give Jay Lethal a mic. That's all you have to do. And then for icing on the cake, you can let it rest. Like it's very simple stuff you could be doing here. Britt Baker can be doing her segments. Like Jade Cargill. I noticed they started censoring. I think you mentioned it, Zach. They started censoring Jade now. So I guess that's changing of the guard here. We'll see how much more changes happen.
I think Zach got frozen.
You might be, but like I'm trying to think of their roster here. Like there's so many guys not being used.
Right.
I don't know when Adam Cole's coming back. I know he's injured. I know Kyle just had neck surgery. So, and Bobby Fish is gone with the wind. Oh, that's another news and rumors real quick. He challenged CM Punk to an actual fight, a bare knuckle fight, any type of fight. He does not like Punk at all.
Yeah, he's been shooting on Punk since he left. Every time I look up Bobby Fish, I see him shoot something. He explained why he kicked out of the GTS apparently in 2021, which I don't remember. But
yeah. Did you see the clip?
No.
Punk took a while to get back to that bit. Like he hit it with the GTS. He sold like an injury. So it depends on how you feel. Like
okay, that makes
he sold an injury, but he did he borderline did the Triple H crawling to Booker T for the pit.
Yeah, if you do
like,
that,
it was a long time.
If you do that, you gotta hit the finisher again.
Yeah, you just go for it again one more time. Like I don't fully blame Bobby Fish. It's not a good look, but I don't fully blame him because it was a long time. But yeah, that's news and rumors. That's a lot of stuff to talk about. Let us know. We got shows and content for days now with all this wrestling stuff happening. Is there any more segments before I throw it to Zach for that time of the evening?
Yeah.
Oh, I just had a question. With all this wrestling that happened this past weekend, did you guys have a match of the weekend? One match the whole weekend?
It's Gunther versus Sheamus without even a second thought. That's 5 stars for a reason. They killed it. I'm trying to think of what happened on the All Out. I don't think anything topped that.
CM Punk and Moxley didn't do it for you?
It was a good match, but I don't know, man. I think Gunther versus Sheamus was it.
Okay.
Second place for me is what I just want to talk about really quick with fan service. The Acclaimed versus Swerve in Our Glory. I thought that was a great match. Everyone, including someone back during the media scrum, which is one of the most disrespectful parts of this media scrum, not just Phillip Brooks or Tony Storm. Tony Storm just skates by with making a Thunder Rosa comment, but no one pays attention to him in AEW apparently, especially the guy next to me over here, Tony Khan. It's fan service. People are saying they should have did something on the fly and changed the outcome to have the Acclaim win the titles. And they asked that, Knock, you tweeted something and Swerve tweeted back about it. So if you want to talk about that tweet, and then we'll talk about fan service.
Yeah, let me get into that. So you watched the media scrum last week. So we'll start with the match. The match is phenomenal, and it takes two to tango. So Acclaim's getting this giant response, but you need Keith Lee and Swerve to play off that. You need them to feed them, to make them like keep it going. They kept it going throughout the entire match because you need both of them. That was the Acclaim's best match by far, and it's no coincidence that it was with Keith Lee and Swerve, two amazingly talented wrestlers. So you get to the media scrum. Some dude keeps asking, hey, the Acclaim, keep asking about the Acclaimed when it's a media scrum for the Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland. They asked Tony Khan, hey, you should have called an audible. Like, why didn't you do that? Tony Khan trying to dodge the question, like, hey, let's talk about the champs, keep it there. So then another question goes on. Swerve talks about, like, we're super competitive. When we won the titles, they thought, like, they started trying to ridicule us and scrutinize us. No one said congratulations. Like, and it was a serious thing. Like, I remember when they won titles, like, people were just waiting for him to lose it. They won the belts, and they've been champions ever since. Even with not a good spotlight from Tony Khan, they had a better spotlight when they weren't champs. To go put on this type of performance and play into the crowd, like, they took on us on a roller coaster. Then Swerve talks about, like, in every aspect of, like, he's a mogul, which has, like, does his stuff on the side, he does his wrestling, he takes it very seriously. So, like, he makes it feel real when he's talking about this. So imagine, Eric, you said, you put your heart out there, talk about how much you love it, you're passionate about this. Next question. Hey, so when you were out there, do you think the Acclaim should have beat you guys? Should you have just, like, called an audible and let them win? in those words, not exactly, but those words. And I'm just like, bro, that's like a face pop moment. Like, when you watch the NBA and you have those bad reporters asking the stupidest questions after a post game, people are hyped up, pumped up. So I was like, I got to tweet this out, man. I got to say something because this is insane. You have these people get these media, give us a media pass. We got some good questions for them. Get these asking these most ridiculous questions. Like, did you even listen to a word he said at that point? Like, did you hear anything? Like, that was the most tone deaf question I've ever heard. So yeah, media has to do a little better with that.
That was an idiotic question, sure. Like, whoever asked that, they should not be allowed back to press scrubs. I do want to play devil's advocate for a second. So, Swerve is saying that he said that people were wondering when they're going to lose it, right?
Yeah.
So here's the thing I have about that. Their entire reign, the story of it is that they are going to split. Like, I love them. They deserve the gold. They are a great tag team. But when every match they have, we're teased that they're going to split, they have an issue. Even during that match, they were teasing that, like, they kept hitting each other. And did they get titles off the Young Bucks? Is that how, in the triple threat?
It was triple threat was the Bucks, and they pinned Ricky Starks. Right. And that's when Hobbs turned on.
And then even on that, like, that wasn't the original plan. It was supposed to be the Hardys. We were supposed to have titles at that point. I don't know. I get what he's saying, but I'm a little iffy on it because their entire reign was not planned, and the entire story of their reign is that we know they're going to split at some point.
Yeah, I mean, I get that. Like, my thing with this is, what I'm trying to say.
Still a stupid question.
I think, like, I don't think they expected this type of reaction. I don't think we even expected to, like, really boo Swerve Scott and Keith Lee. Like, everyone loved them, and then this is like the first time they really started getting, like, some boos. Mm-hmm. So the way they played off it was, I don't fully believe. Like, I think this is really him talking, but I also think he was in character talking. So, like, imagine, so it's on TV. You're asking this guy, like it's legit, like legit lose if you should lose this match. I think some of it was in character, even though it was a little bit of real.
Right.
So, like, in their minds, it's the character. You don't think you're gonna split. You're playing into it. Mm-hmm. So that's why I thought, like, I don't know. I think you just ask more questions. Like, if you're knowledgeable about how wrestling works, there's certain questions you could ask, like, if they're in character, to, like, try to play up to that character or something like that, as opposed to, like, I don't know, you're a Game of Thrones. Hey, so why'd you kill this character? Or, like, some nonsense. I don't know. Should you have let that person kill you so you don't get the Iron Throne? I don't know.
Okay, I get that.
I see your point, though. I see what you're saying.
Because, so, I feel like more and more I'm going on the wrong side of this argument or this discussion. But So, above all else, like I said, that question was stupid. That guy should not be allowed to go back to press because why would you ask that of a performer who just worked his ass off? However, watching that match, I do feel bad to say that I do think Tony should have called the audible and given him the win.
Oh,
Because even if you run it back and you give him the rematch, or at the very least, I would have taken a Hogan and Rock where they swap like they clean up their faces and they full on went heel. Because there were some bits where swervingly were doing some face stuff, but I don't know. I think the way it ended, and you can't use that audio again. You can't use that to promote Keith Lee's swerve, because all of it is them booing them and sharing the acclaim and being pissed that they win.
yeah.
Even if you give it back to them, even if you do a rematch, I think I would have called the audible and just told him to let the acclaim win this one for the pop.
It's
Sure,
tough.
I'll just disagree really quick with you because you don't know how bumfuck Idaho or wherever else you go in Middle America is going to react to the acclaim. So you're in a very hot city. So that's how they're going to react to the acclaim. So you don't know how they're going to react. So if you just do that for the pop, they might not get the pop going down the line wherever you're traveling, and it'll just look not how you wanted it to. And also, I wouldn't have called the audible because I think it would have been a little disrespectful to Keith Lee and Swerve.
Yeah.
And you make more money on the build now going into Arthur Ashe Stadium. So the money is in the buy for the next show, for the tickets, for the buy rate, whatever it is. The cheap pop can fade overnight, especially if CM Punk comes out and eats muffins during your media scrum and ruins your whole pay-per-view.
That probably would have made the media scrum even worse. Like, I think that they for sure would have been offended. You would have had some conflict there. Mm-hmm. I think also, like, you have another big show. And I've been kind of against doing, another rematch. They kind of been doing that a lot lately. But in this sense, like, it took me on a roller coaster with this match. And I was starting to root for the Acclaim, too. I was like, fuck, I think they should win this. But when they lost, I was like, all right. Because in the back of my mind also, who do you think, which tag team is going to have better matches, do you think? Like all cards on the table. You need someone to go put a 5-star match up. I think they're the better tag team, if I'm being honest.
So there's two reasons why I'm going to go against X. So I did think of it. I did think, like, a pop here does not mean, like, a pop there. What's popular in Chicago might not be popular in LA. But I have to use the evidence of the fact that I am now happily saying "Scissor Me Daddy," and that I wouldn't be saying it if it wasn't for that pop. Like, that energy.
You gonna buy some merch?
Oh my god!
I'm gonna walk into all the bars wearing that shirt.
not here.
So I mean, yeah, I agree that, you know, pop here doesn't always translate, but I do think the more you hear it and the more pop, like, the more you hear a pop, the more likely you are to convert somebody. But I think also the other reason why I'm okay with them winning that night is, as great a tag team as they are, I think I'm personally waiting for them to split because they are amazing singles. They can be singles champions. So if I had split them, I would have been like, okay, guys, I'm sorry I took the titles off you, but we're going to fast forward to the split, and then you guys are going to go ahead and be champions on your own and have a 5-star singles match.
I can see them having their singles match at Full Gear. I think they split, after Arthur Ashe. I can see that.
Yeah.
I think the reason they probably didn't do it because they were going to split up Ricky Starks and Hobbs, and I'm in a little too much of a similarity back to back.
True.
And the other thing, like, do you honestly see Tony using them properly when they split? Like, do you think they'll just be off for weeks, or do you think we'll legit get a nice push for whoever wins, or a payoff, like, to propel them to the next level?
He would
Hobbs on Wednesday.
He wouldn't. He should, and that's why I don't get why. I don't know how he's not using them, like how he wouldn't, but he wouldn't. You're right.
Yeah.
Why was Wardlow in a trios match? Your biggest pay-per-view.
Yeah.
They haven't had the. I know, like, someone on Twitter is going back and forth. They're saying the TNT title hasn't been defended on pay-per-view since last All Out last year. Like, it's been on pay-per-view just in different matches, and, like, to me that's crazy. Like, defend your belt.
Is it defended on TV?
It's defended on TV.
Not its proper channel, but
no, not its proper channel. It's defended on TBS. But it's a TNT belt.
Which is crazy.
So I don't know if it's a TV belt. It's a TV belt. I get that, but they also try to compare it to being a world championship as well. There's a lot of just I don't know, man. There's a lot of just speaking.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, Rampage should be Wardlow's show if they're going to do that, but
Yeah. Like I would have preferred FTR versus Motor City Machine Gun just straight up. They did that and then had Wardlow do his own thing somewhere else.
Yeah. So I mean, that whole match was basically produced to just be like, when's Wardlow coming in?
Yeah. So we didn't get a full match there.
I'm sorry, I can't.
Yeah, yeah. What did you say, Zach?
Oh, I was gonna, since Noob in the chat, he said on Rampage he wanted to ask us a question. Do you think WWE needs to turn Asuka heel or give her a gimmick change?
Only if it be that rumored like dark character she has from Japan. I would that'd be kind of cool to see her played up because she buys into her character so well. That's the only way I see that, because right now the like beam of sunlight she's such like a good baby face. I wouldn't want to see that unless it's that.
Yeah. If she wants to do it, then sure. I would honestly let Asuka tell them when she's ready to turn.
Yeah, she can do whatever she wants.
So her English isn't the best, but she knows all the words to all the entrance songs. She sings them every time they're out. I think she even knew Damage Control's words already. Just awesome. I love Asuka.
I didn't catch that. That's cool.
That's funny. Oh, there was one moment I just want to give a shout out to on SmackDown that happened. I love Kofi and Xavier in their four-way tag match. They were both somehow the legal men, and they tried to pin each other.
That was hilarious.
Right, finger poke of doom.
Yeah.
I love how it was timed too. Like they're ready to go like lock up, and they go for the pin, and like everyone just jumps in. Like it was hilarious. It was perfectly timed.
I don't know why I didn't see it. I was like, holy shit, they're actually gonna lock up. They're actually gonna do something.
That was hilarious. I'm glad you pointed that one out. That one cracked me up for a while.
Second Kevin Nash bit they've done in a row now. The thing with Xavier in the wheelchair. Kevin Nash did that in Nitro, but it's good throwbacks.
Yeah, it's good stuff, man. I'm really enjoying New Day. I really hope Big E's healing up well and can have his big return. That's another one. If you have Cody and Big E both return at the Rumble, who's winning?
Cody.
Over Big E?
I love Big E, but I don't think he's ever gonna get that level push again. He deserves it. Not the kid, bro.
Yeah.
Not when Triple H got all his other toys coming back.
Yeah. I just hope they split the belt so we can have more opportunities.
Yeah.
I think that's going to happen. I think they didn't do that because when Triple H took over before Clash at the Castle, I think we even talked about it. If they mentioned on one of the SmackDowns leading up to that, oh, by the way, this is only for one belt, it would have been a dead giveaway Drew's winning. So I think when they do it, it's going to be Roman just being cocky and he will win. I think the first couple matches where he's like, you know what, let's flip a coin and see what belt I'm going to put up for grabs this time. I still think he does that. And then someone takes it from him going into or right after WrestleMania for the brand or for the draft.
Yeah, they're in a tricky spot. Like Vince really kind of screwed them over trying to unify the belts for no reason. Because like if you do it that way, that's the best way to do it. But then Roman has to eat a pin, which could be saved for a bigger moment later. If Roman just drops the belt, that makes the champion who takes it look weak. Another thing I was thinking, like, it'd be kind of weird to do it, but like you just unify them legitimately, like you did with the WWE title and World Heavyweight title, and just make a new belt. But then that's just like, I don't know, that's too much.
Yeah, it'd be taking. How old is Universal title now?
Like 6 years. Yeah, 6 years.
Like we're getting rid of our newest title for a new title.
Yeah, so it's tough. Like he put him in a bad spot, like all across the board.
He did.
I know Triple H is seething at the teeth to have Adam Cole. Man.
Oh God.
Samoa Joe.
Every time I saw Joe on Rampage, I just felt bad for the guy. I was like, you don't belong here. You deserve.
My entire time of him being in AW, I didn't think he actually wanted to be there. Like, not that like he's not professional, not that he's like, not doing it. I just think his heart was elsewhere, man. Like Triple H was his guy, and I seen someone on Twitter.
Talk about it.
I seen someone on Twitter recommend Samoa Joe going back to Impact, like for a one-off, like how to do the little share of talent. I love Impact. I guarantee you he does not want to do that.
He's going back. When his contract is done, Tony Khan could book him to be a 10-star level wrestler. He's going back. He won't for some reason.
Oh man. Yeah, that was a great segment, Zach. Do you got anything else to add?
I think it's that time, Mark.
Well, I guess it's been enough talk. It is time for the main event of the evening. Zach, take it away for promo school.
All right, a lot of stuff happened because of Phillip Brooks and my sad buddy over here, Tony Khan. Big rah-rah speeches had to happen on Wednesday. Jon Moxley, Chris Jericho were the main two. I do believe there's another one, probably Bryan Danielson, backstage to rally the troops after one big, huge name who put the first $1 million house on his back, badmouth the company and the EVPs. So for promo school today, I would like each of you to represent a random ass company that you are going to give a 30 to 60 second promo rah-rah speech to, that this is the place to be, that this is it. Philip, your coworker, was wrong to badmouth you. So if you could give each other a random ass company, any company in the world, it can be a fast food chain, it can be a big fucking company, it doesn't matter. You'll represent that company, and obviously the more accessible information about that company, so as generic as you can, or as mainstream as you can.
We're giving each other the company?
Yep, and then you're going to do the promo.
Okay.
Damn, I had. Never mind.
Then, in that
if you really have one that you want to do, Knock, you can.
No, it's cool because I think Eric might do it better.
Okay.
Okay, so now you could say no to this company, but there was a movie theater company. I used to go to this movie theater a lot before the pandemic.
You try to set me up.
I spent a lot of my time at this movie theater. It was a place. Some say it's a good place. There's a whole hashtag for it.
Could we just call it the theater?
Yes.
All right, I got you. The company I was going to give Eric was GameStop.
Okay.
Dude, that's the first one that came to my mind. Nice.
Yeah, I had some stuff, but I think Eric will do better. He'll do it more justice.
I mean, honestly, if you want to do it, because I think you.
I got this theater one, man. This theater who underpays people, who would use their own manager to call up, get someone to be Spider-Man when they have a stunt man right there working for them. That type of theater. You want me to rally up this troop? You out here giving people paychecks on the side under the table when you can't even pay your employees enough? Oh man, don't get me started. You
spilled this one.
It's filthy. It's filthy. That's all I gotta say. Filthy and fickle, holding us back like you're WWE, but you don't pay them out of money like WWE. You got second-rate security supposed to protect us from what? Pissy seats. Oh my God. What type of psyche valve? You should do some psyche valves for the people you hire you have us working with. What type of nonsense is this? The subjugation of just nonsense that we get to go through on a daily basis in this theater, and you call on me to pump up morale? How can I pump up morale when you can't pump up my paycheck? What do you want me to do here? I'm not even trying to live. I'm trying to survive. I'm in survival mode every single day. And you want me to thrive? You want me to just take the shit sandwich and accept it? I'm over here pissing in the wind. I need some money. That's what I need. 2-hour shift? What the fuck am I supposed to do with that? I'm done.
Oh. You're like Tony Khan.
Man, I had to find out on Twitter. I didn't have don't even get me started.
Oh God. Everybody listening to that speech just walked out like he's warning us. Let's get out of here.
That's looking pretty good.
At least you get to meet some friends. How about that?
There you go.
Yeah, that's something enticing. It says online, shit pay, make some friends. Oh, fuck. All right.
Who'd you hire for security? I can't remember, but he was breathing. So
pretty sure it's like sleeping over there.
He's resting up for when the big stuff happens.
Oh man.
Oh God.
Eric, GameStop. Phillip Brooks, man, he's ruining the morale at your local GameStop. Phillip. Poor Phillip. Eric, time to rally the troops.
Already. All right, fellas. Gather up. Get over here. Now, you guys know I've been. First of all, for those of you who are new, my name's Jim, and well, the fact is, I've been here at GameStop for about 15 years, and I've been through the ups. Well, I've been through the the one up. Been through the many downs. I was, for those of you wondering, I was here back when we used to pay people money for turning in games. Actually, I'm the guy who changed that. I went to corporate and I told them, hey, let's keep the money for ourselves. But enough about me. I see we've got some fresh new faces. Hi there, Lindsay. How you doing? I've heard some rumors about that guy, Philip, and that he's telling you folks that this is not how a company works. Now, let me tell you, a company is like a centipede. If your legs aren't working, then we're not moving. I'm the brain, you're the legs, and I'm telling you to walk forward. Now, I know the summer of 2020, I don't remember when the stock thing happens. Is that 2020? I don't care.
2020.
All right. Now, the summer of 2020 was pretty crazy. Now, I actually ended up losing money because, well, I thought we were done. And I sold all my stock prematurely. But GameStop is on the rise. Now, you stick with me, you work less hours, you'll get less money, but hey, we got games. You like games? Well, hey, I've got a scratched up N64 game in the back for you. Now, stick with GameStop, and the buck stops here. And by buck stops here, I mean your paycheck. It stops here. And that is why you trust the GameStop.
Oh man, I don't know what voice you were channeling there, but that guy is not it.
That's a GameStop guy.
I think I was trying to do the sorry to meet you. Sorry to bother you. White guy voice.
Oh yeah. Oh man, yeah, GameStop is.
I remember the last time I've been to a GameStop.
Yeah. Hey, they do PlayStation 5.
Now I'm just like,
yeah, I used to as a kid. I would get joy.
Yeah. It'd be a cool place to go to. But
now they just rip people off, trying to sell you insurance on a video. Oh,
yeah.
You go in there, you hold on to your wallet and like physically hold on to it. You just don't know.
Oh man. Well, thank Zach for another edition of Promo School, man. This is Zach provided like what? Damn, 125 different editions of Promo School. This is absurd, man. It never gets stale.
Not one bit.
Well, Zach, what's going on with you, the rest of the channel, man? What's going on? Anything they should look forward to? Anything you want to promote?
Just keep looking out. If there's any types of videos you want us to do, let us know. Leave a comment. If you're not watching this live, please leave comments. We love replying to the comments. So do that. Otherwise, we do Rampage Live every Friday. We do trivia, a whole bunch of fun stuff. But let us know if there's anything you want us to do. Tier list. We love doing tier lists. So any kind of stuff like that, let us know. We love your feedback.
Yes. And Matt, if you're listening, prime time, I think Carnage Rage, Noob, I will be returning to Rampage stream presented by Zach to reclaim my belt. So look out. The Dose champion is coming back.
News champion.
And be sure to let us know why you think Gambit is the best X-Men of all
Oh,
time.
God.
Absolutely love that tier list. You know what? Go check it out right now. Why are you watching this? You can be defending Gambit right now.
What's the tier list Eric was getting butchered for? There was one of these, man. I gotta find that one.
I do not remember one at all. If anything, I remember everyone agreeing that my pick, Arthur Morgan, was the best character of all time.
Yeah, I'll give you that one.
Be sure you subscribe, hit the bell icon to know when we go live. We go live every Sunday, 4 and 4:15. Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're here. We're doing it, man. West Coast Pop. Check us out on WoW. Check out more videos, tier lists, all that good stuff. And of course, Zach, where can they find us?
can find us at Mindy's Muffins, wherever this place
gosh.
is. It is getting bombarded with reviews from people who have never been there. The reviews have gone up like a gajillion. So if you want to have some fun, if you're waiting in line somewhere or just hanging out, go on your phone and leave a review for Mindy's Cupcakes from yours truly, Philip Brooks.
Sheesh.
Are they good at least?
They're hilarious, but they get them 5 stars each.
Okay.
They're a mixed bag, but I'll get 5 stars.
Okay. With that, thank y'all for watching. Stay safe out there. Stay cool. Be excellent. Above all else, remember to scissor your daddy when you see him.
Oh, no.
All right.
Peace out, y'all.